Welcome to Tantrum House Studio D. Today I have Neum create the City of Tomorrow and the Great City of Rome. I'm going to compare these two games and then tell you which one I like more. Neum is for 1 to 5 players. Great City of Rome is for 2 to 4. They both play in about the same amount of time. I think Neum's is a little bit longer. And of course they're both city building games, but the themes are different. You're rebuilding Rome in the Great City of Rome, and in Neum it's this futuristic city, named after a planned city in the deserts of Saudi Arabia. Neo for new, and the M for an Arabic letter. In Neum, by Lookout Games, players are building their own futuristic cities over 3 generations. Throughout the game, players will be drafting tiles that provide goods and money. They'll use these goods to place more tiles and hopefully get victory points, and whoever has the most points at the end of the game will win. In the Great City of Rome by ZMan Games, the Roman Emperor has asked you to rebuild Rome. Over 14 rounds, players will draft cards, producing and building in their own 4x4 square of tiles. Players score points for their residential buildings, temples, aqueducts, coins, influence cards, and tokens. Whoever has the most points will win. So both of these games are about building a city, and they both have a drafting mechanic. Neum is more similar to the drafting mechanic of 7 Wonders, where you have a hand of tiles and you're passing them around the table in the draft. The drafting mechanic is a lot different in the Great City of Rome. There's a stack of action strips with the Emperor pawn on the one side. Starting with the player who has a silver pawn, they place their own colored pawn anywhere on the action strip. Then the next player places theirs, and so on. The draft begins with the person closest to the Emperor, and they pick 1 card from those available. Players receive bricks and cogs based on where their colored pawn is on the strip, so this pawn would just get a brick, but this pawn would get 2 cogs and 3 bricks. As you can see, there's not a lot of resources in the Great City of Rome. It's pretty much just bricks and cogs and coins. There's a lot more in Neum. You have raw goods, processed goods, luxury goods, coins. So that means there's a lot more going on, and to me, a lot more to think about. Even the rules are color-coded in Neum, so you can figure out how the tiles work. But I wish the rulebook was laid out a little better. All the colors could give someone a headache just searching for one thing. Both of these games are what I would call fiddly. It's not really intuitive what the tiles mean. If I had to compare the rule sets, I would say the Great City of Rome is maybe a tad bit simpler in the rules and even in the understanding of the tiles. Now, one of the differences in the game is when you're laying the tiles, Neum actually has a player board you can lay the tiles on, whereas the Great City of Rome doesn't. The Neum player board is nice to have since it gives some helpful info on the top and sides as you play the game. One thing that people may or may not like in Neum are the disaster tiles like floods, fires, and crime spree. You can read an article from the designer on why he included them. I'll put a link in the description of the video. And comparing the boxes themselves, of course, Great City of Rome's a little bit smaller. Neum's about a Ticket to Ride size. The Great City of Rome actually has a nice insert where everything is placed. Neum doesn't. You pretty much just have to bag everything up. One thing that both games do come with are score sheets. These are very, very helpful when you're scoring at the end of the game. When I compare the art and illustrations, I would say neither are amazing. Neum's is okay, at least once the board's finished, but City of Rome doesn't appeal to me at all. The diamond shape of the land pieces don't work for me. There has to be a better way to get the information across and still make the game look appealing. So which one do I like more? I do like the action strip mechanic in the Great City of Rome, but that's pretty much it. I don't really like that much else in the game. My vote goes to Neum. There's a little bit more going on in the game, and I like how the tiles work together. So which one would you choose between these two games? Let me know in the comments below, and we'd love for you to subscribe to Tantrum House.